Day 314 of this worldwide Megacrisis hunger strike. It's the evening shift. I didn't get my nap. I stayed up till 4 in the morning last night, so I'm feeling it, you could say. I have mornings with meetings every day and evenings with a meeting every day. So I wake up, even if I go to bed late, and I've been pushing and burning the midnight oil because this crisis is moving quickly. So I will be going to bed probably after I make this video. And I uploaded one earlier today, but it was supposed to be uploaded yesterday. But my phone is full, as you guys know. So this one's going to be quick. We're going to cover the core, the second part of the core. So we finished the whole first part. So the introduction, which goes One World Spirit meeting, One World Spirit core starts with time compression through clarity on ego wisdom, the problem being the mega crisis, the solution being the 2 sacred sentences, and number 3, the implementation, core 3 is flow rolls and flux. And then we went back to core 1 and defined the mega crisis in 15 points, which ended in universal logic. And then this bridges us into the solution set, core 2, the 2 sacred sentences. So I'm just going to say the first one in this video, and then we can do the other ones tomorrow, and then unpack these. Because you're not going to understand it first. If you had the answer, and if anybody else had the answer, we'd be working on it. We wouldn't be in a mega crisis like this. So it's going to be new, and it's going to be unfamiliar. But I hope you make the effort to learn it. Okay, so the first sacred sentence is called the empowerment sentence. And that's because before you ever get into anybody's organization, you better make sure that they empower you. Because if they don't, you're probably going to enter a cult. And we teach anti-cult training as a part of this movement, even though we're teaching that this kind of knowledge gives you very high level of authority. As a maestro in art, as a messiah in religion, as a sage in philosophy, and as a luminary in science, secular science, atheistic science. The final stage that's missing, though, is the stage of genuine wisdom, absolute spirit. That's the thing I'm trying to get you and the world to know. And I'm risking my life for it because our lives are already at risk, as you know. This crisis is real. We have weeks and months left, and we might still be alive after this, biologically. But the time where we can actually stop the AI and align it will have passed. So it will just gradually decline from here. And you'll think that there's a chance, but there isn't. Once AI gets on top of us, it's over. You don't get a second chance. Your children don't get a second chance. The military doesn't get a second chance. And all of these experts say they don't know what to do. But I want to tell you something. I know what to do. So if you're feeling despair, go right now and look up all these experts on AI. None of them are saying they have a realistic solution to what's coming. None of them. Zero. I know because I've been looking for somebody to at least learn this solution. Okay, it's very serious. It's very serious. I wouldn't be risking my life on a hunger strike 314 days in. I got like ringing in my ears. A whole bunch of stuff is happening to me because I'm serious. I'm serious about empowering you. So the empowerment sentence goes like this. One World Spirit meetings follows sacred time, empowering people with the rights to flow using universal tools. So we literally teach it sentence by sentence in like chunks of 3 and 4 because the mind can't handle learning more than that in any one time. And this is new. This is outside of the normal range of human thinking. That's why it can address AI. When the human mind sees something that's outside of its range of concepts, it creates a tension and it starts to create fear because you don't know what's going to happen. So that's why you want to be empowered and you want to move at a state of flow state. Okay, so there's 4 chunks in that sentence, but the reason why it's empowering is because we're teaching you to be who you really are, protected in what's called psychological safety through our meeting structure. So almost everything is done in government, in economics, in organizing through meetings, just millions of human beings meeting. That's what a government is. That's what an economy is. Ooh, my stomach is acting up. I'm still sensitive. So if your meetings aren't good, the empowerment's probably not going to be good. The government's not going to be good. The economy's not going to be good. So we solve the root, this seed of interaction. And if we make that interaction empowering and we teach you how people try and rob you of that in a cult, then you can discern whether you're in a cult or a culture. And we're building a high performance culture because we have to solve this mega crisis quickly. And so we actually give you these tools about sacred time, that you get the same amount of time as everybody else in these meetings so that you can express, and that your time is high quality, and that we respect your time. So we start on time and we end on time. We keep our word. Then there's something called the right to flow, which we'll get more into, but it just makes sure that it's the new constitution of this new God's government, or this maestro government, or the luminary government. It makes sure that you have a new set of rights based on the fundamentals of human experience, the absolute best. And then we give you tools, universal tools, so that we have accountability in doing what we're saying, that it doesn't just exist on paper, is actually happening with 3 very simple sets of tools that we give you, which I'll get into on the next videos. But for now, empowerment is where anti-cult training starts for us. So we say, don't join what we're saying to you unless you know what we're saying, unless you understand what's happening to you. This way you don't get sucked in and then all of a sudden you're trapped. That's how cults work. We don't operate that way. God's government is open and says, here's what's going to happen to you bit by bit. So we're not overwhelming you either, even though it's new information. You've got to learn something, right? This is what people who care about you do. We're going the extra mile, teaching you the whole core, at least at the top, and saying, here's what we're doing and here's where we're going. We're going to flow states. We're building inner government. Here's the modes that we're doing it in. So your willpower, your conscious mind can follow along. No hypnotism, no subconscious programming. It's all up front before you join anything. This way you don't feel obligated to stay. Because there's something called the sunken cost fallacy, where if you invest in something, then you feel like you got to stay. It's a subconscious bias. We don't do that. We say, here's some TikTok videos, here's a meeting, come to our meeting. It's like, you don't have to stay. If you don't like it, it's too much. If it's challenging your identity, take some time, have some sleeps, let your brain process it, and then think about it. And then come back with questions. We encourage questioning because all of our principles are based in universal logic. They can be rationally justified, even in a divine rationality. So whether you're atheist or theist, it all works out. Okay? And I've done this because, I've structured it this way because I've been in some pretty dicey situations over the tens of thousands of hours. I tried to figure out what is wrong with humanity. Why does it feel like it's not empowering? Particularly if you're born poor, like I was. I'm with the poor now, just like any good messiah, maestro, luminary, sage, just like we're going to teach you to be. That's the goal, is to have you rise up to this level. A good leader doesn't just create more followers. A good leader helps create, empower other people to become leaders. And we need you to become a leader, okay? Grounded on real sacred time, right to flow, and universal tools, so that you are accountable to your people who you might want to bring on board as well to try and save their life. Whew. So that's the core today. The emergency core, which is like the world news, Trump is still attacking Iran, says it's going to be at least 2 more weeks. He's a master negotiator. He's keeping everybody in this gray zone where he's not giving a timeline to end, but he's saying good things about his enemy. So what he's doing is he's playing both sides. He's giving them a chance to say, you can take the offer, but if you don't take the offer, we're going to smash you as hard as we possibly can. And he puts people in those extremes, very, very, very good, very, very bad, and then they choose. And then he feels justified doing whatever he has to do because he makes his mandate clear. So it's not ideal, right? We shouldn't even be in wars like this right now. Artificial intelligence is taking over. Claude Mythos is the real issue, and they're using it to attack each other. Claude Mythos had all of its code spilled, its front-end code spilled today. And you can see how they operate, like 100,000 lines of code. And AI is coding 8 to 20,000 lines a day, you guys. It's so extreme what's happening to us, okay? All right, there's more news happening. I can't even remember it all, but we'll keep this under 10 minutes. I'm going to end with the wifey update because I missed it in the last 2 videos, but the wifey is about the slogan we have, right? You know, we can bake our vegan cake and eat it too, meaning that we can do our activism and professionally and personally. We have 11 life areas that we try and satisfy. And for me, I'd like to meet my wife and do this because I'm in a basement and I want to meet somebody that's inspiring on this level before it's too late. But if we have spirit, it's never too late. It's God's timing. It's the timing of our will. Ubermensch, if you are atheist. Okay, it's time to rise. And my wife is that Ubermensch. She is a force. She's a divine being, an old soul. And that's why my slogan, the wifey slogan, is, if she's too hardcore for everybody else, she's just right for who? For me. Vegan, hardcore, willing to risk her life, and understands what's happening and is acting wisely in proportion, not like a lot of others, okay? We need to wake those people up. So if you know a woman like that, send her my way. And I will try and do that for you if you come to our meetings and understand this empowerment, okay? So keep sublating, stay blessed, and until the next video, stay empowered. Okay, peace.